Well, brothers and sisters, let me go back to a feast day that seems to be very important to the Catholic community. Those who do not go to Mass regularly often come to this Mass, which we call Ash Wednesday. People you've never seen before are there. I think one of the reasons why people come to Ash Wednesday is that there is a belief in some cultures that if you don't come and get your ashes, you will die that year. So that's a great motivating factor. But there are two prayers that may be said as we come forward to receive the ashes. The first is, remember, O man, remember, O woman, that you are dust, and unto dust you shall return. The other one is, believe in the gospel and change your life. Now, our first reading from the book of Sirach says this: My child, conduct your affairs with humility. So the word today is humility. Now I'm going to tell you the root meaning of humility. You see, in order to understand English, it's very helpful to have studied some Latin or some Greek, because many of our words come from those two languages. And the word humility does come from a Latin word, humus, which means earth. So the point is this: remember, O man, remember, O woman, remember, O child, who you are. You come from the earth, and you will return to the earth. Remember who the Master is. The Master is the Lord who created you and me. You see, this world of ours is ultimately not about us. It's not about me. It's not, as the song says, I did it my way. No. It's not my way. It's God's way. Because this is God's creation. This is God's gift. And we have been privileged to participate in God's plan. Remember that. This is not about you, it's not about me, it is about God's plan for you and for me. So what is God's plan? Why has He created us? Remember, we who are my age will remember the old Baltimore Catechism. There was a lot of problems with that catechism because we just learned things by rote. But this was an important one. Why did God make you? He made you that you may love Him, know Him, serve Him, and be happy with Him forever. That's why you and I have been given the spark of life. that we can come to know the Lord, love the Lord, serve the Lord, and be happy with the Lord forever. The humble person is the one who knows who he or she is. We're not the boss. You've heard the word stewardship. The word steward is an old English word, stigweird, which means the one who takes care of the house. We're not the owners. We're the caretakers. So to be humble means to know where we fit into God's plan and to be happy with that plan. Now, St. Thomas Aquinas says that there are 4 things that we get caught up in, that distract us and takes our eye off the goal. Here they are. Money. Now, there's nothing wrong with money. We all need money, right? That's the reason why we get up and go to work in the morning. We have a job. We have to provide for our family. So money is not bad. It's the love of money that becomes the problem, because we can become addicted to it. Once we have some, we never feel we have enough. So we got to build more, we got to have more, and it never ends. It becomes a monkey on our back. With money comes power. And we know of all the power trips that we can play on each other. Power trips in the family. The older brother or the older sister can lord it over the younger brother, the younger sister. The man or the woman in the marriage can be the power person. There's a power person in every place that we work. I'm sure in the military, you know what the power plan is. Who's in charge here? Power is good. Power simply means the ability to take action. That's fine. But Jesus always warns us that we are not to be like the world's power, which dominates over other people. Our power is to give life and to raise up, not to put down and keep people in their place. We can misuse power, just like we can misuse money. And it becomes another monkey on our back. Third monkey. Pleasure. Nothing wrong with pleasure, right? Pleasure is good. But if we become addicted to it, and that becomes everything to us, we get sidetracked. That's the reason why people get hooked on drugs, on food, on drink, on sex, whatever. It becomes the dominant thing, and we get sidetracked on what God's plan for us and for our world is. Fourth thing, honor. You know, the Hebrew people were a people whose main value was honor. To be a person of honor. And not to show honor was a terrible thing for them. So Jesus talks about when he goes to the Pharisees' house, he sees all the games that people are playing. I want to I want to recline, because they reclined at table. It seems like a very difficult way to eat dinner, but that's the way they did it. They reclined at table, and the food was brought to them, and as they reclined, they ate with their hands like that. But everyone is trying to get to the best place, the highest place. And they have their little games. And so Jesus says, when you are invited to a dinner, don't look around and say, oh, where do I want to sit here? Where's the guest of honor sitting? I'm going to sit as close as I can to the guest of honor. So we go over here. You're praying? We're praying. Yes, amen. So here we are, and then the head of the household comes and says, John, there is someone that is a little higher than you, so could you move? Say, oh my God, now where am I going to sit? There's only one place left. Right here. In the back. And then everyone will be snickering. Oh, look at him. He has to go here to the back. Of course, the back is always the place of honor, isn't it? That's where people go. These are always usually the free seats. The most expensive seats in baseball games, basketball games, concerts, these are the most expensive. We always look for the cheapest, right? We go to the back. So he says, stop playing those games. Your value, your worth in God's eyes doesn't depend upon where you sit. It has to do with your mind and heart. And then he says to the Pharisee who invited him, now, when you host another meal, don't invite just your brothers and sisters and your close friends. Invite the lame, the blind, the poor. When was the last time we did that? Probably never. But what he is saying is, remember who you are. You're not high and mighty. You're not in charge. You are God's child. And in God's family, everybody is equal. You know, when we celebrate a funeral mass, a casket is placed here. At the beginning, we put over the casket a white pall. It's a reminder of our baptismal garb when we were baptized, and when we became a member of the community of Christ. So whether the person in the casket was wealthy or poor or homeless or whatever, covered with the same cloth, remember who you are and live according to that truth, because that truth alone will set us free.